Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, what we have here is another gift. I believe this is from Toby also. This one came in via the mailbox. But what we have here is Navala do Cacador Cam Blaquero de Lamina. Hunter pocket knife with blade lock. Alright, cool. I think it's made in Fabrico. It's made in Portugal. Made in Portugal. And that's what it looks when open. Alright, so let's have a look at it. Whoa, I like that wood. I like that stain, that wood stain. A dark stain. I tried to find, I've got an Opinel hiding around here, an Opinel number 8. Opinel. And I could not find it. It's playing the hide and seek game. Probably with the Cracky. Him and Cracky are probably laughing, giggling somewhere. He'll never find us here. Which is probably true. It has these flat sides to it, you know, which gives you a kind of like more, ooh, nice. Ooh, nice thunk. What does this say here? Let's zoom up. I don't have the light on in the camera. Inox, which is like stainless steel, I believe. Palaculo. I gotta watch out when I'm pronouncing things. I was learning Spanish when I was working at Ratco. There was a lot of Spanish-speaking people there that didn't even speak any English, and I started speaking some Spanish, and I was driving a forklift, and you know, you got tacos and taquitos and stuff like that. So, all right, we got a liner lock here. So I was asking this girl if she needed a small pallet, and I said palito, which is not Spanish for small pallet. I guess it's like a slang or something for like, do you want to get it on, baby? So they went, oh, William, you know, and it was like, what? I'm just asking if you want a small pallet. Yeah, so you got to watch out when you're learning stuff. Anyways. I had to ask a couple of people, because there's some things that Google Translate doesn't translate, you know. It'll just give you the common phrase for something, and it won't tell you the slang. Or yeah, we got a pretty nice knife here. I like the blade shape. It does kind of remind me of an Opinel. It's very thin. I went out to get, I mailed a package to Rhino, so his winnings are coming his way, and it's going by post. All right, here's one thing. I had a box, you know, it was maybe like about this wide by about this tall. It wasn't completely, like if you're going to take this form, which it was, and put it on, it wouldn't fit exactly, but you'd have to do some over the tape. And the postal employee gave me a bunch of crap because, you know, I already had it mailed, sealed, you know, already addressed, boxed and everything, taped up. And she goes, this is going to be really difficult. Next time, try to get a bigger box. You know, it's like, geez. All you got to do is tape one side. She goes, oh, this is going to be really hard to do. Really hard to do. Yeah, it fit. Everything fit. It wasn't that small of a box, you know. It wasn't like I put it in a box this size. Really, the only overhang on this, I mean, she went around like this on the box. There was a little overhang, maybe about this much of the paper, and then she had plenty of room to slap the other labels she needed to slap on there. So I mean, whine about doing your job. Oh, it's non-standard. Yeah, that's why you get paid the big bucks. Sit on your ass back here and act slow. I didn't raise a big stink because there was a highway patrol guy up there. Oh, I was going to mention all too, this is a Dollar Tree. This is where you can, like, see, everything's $1. That's how they get you. Because I walked in thinking, all right, I'm going to I have a way to keep myself from overspending at places like this. I'm not going to pick up a cart. So I'm walking in, I pick up this, and I find things that I really need, and things that I want. And so I get a bowl, because I needed a cereal bowl, and I start stuffing shit in there. Well, then that runs out of room eventually. So they know this too. Towards the back of the store, there's a little thing with a bunch of shopping cart, little baskets, and I grabbed one of those. Ta-da! They got you. Anyways, why not spend $20 at the dollar store? And I went in thinking, well, I only need like 2 or 3 things. I've got a few dollars on me. Yeah, that's how that happens. Anyway, there you go. There's your little story about that. But yes, thank you, Toby, for sending this. This was great. This was like you take these camping and stuff a lot, because they're like your slicey knife for food prep and stuff. Very thin and slicey. Let me get a ruler blade. We'll see how long this blade is. Got a nice little nail nick here to grab it with, and a nice blade shape. Let's see how many inches we get. Yeah, it's about a 4-inch blade. That's pretty cool. Or for you metric types. What the hell? What's 4 inches? Well, it's approximately 10.5 centimeters or so. Yeah. And our handle is 5 inches long. The widest part, about 1 inch. It's less than 1 3/4 inches, but more than 1.5 inches, somewhere around there. But feels good in the hand. Fits well. Yeah, it's nice. Naha. I think a naha is just basically means knife. I don't know how they pronounce it in Portugal, but in like Mexico, it's like, if there's a J, it's more like an H instead of a J sound. Naha. So there you go. Yes, this is very cool. Now, the only thing I have coming in soon is my next case knife. And one of my viewers was asking what was, which one did I pick? Because I didn't say which one. And so basically looking at, I ordered it from Blade HQ, so that narrows it down. It's a case tribal lock, so that narrows it down a little bit more. There were 5 versions of the case tribal lock available, and to narrow it down even a little bit more, I didn't pick the synthetic brown. Now, it's not because I don't like that or anything, but you've got to narrow things down. That was one of the things I was thinking is, how do you, Peter brought this up too, Jersey Knife Guy. He was talking about how he wanted to do a video on it, or, like the selection process of getting a knife. And that's difficult too, because the way I look at it is, first thing, you've got only so much money that you've got allocated. You can do it on like a scale. You can have these either as hundreds of dollars or whatever, or $10 or whatever, but you've got this scale. So right there, you eliminate some knives that you can or cannot get, because some of them are just out of that range. You can't get them. So that's one way to narrow it down. And then a lot of times it's just whim, or what you watched lately, or you like the way it looks, or, For me, like with the case, I had 5 choices of tribal lock. See, just even narrowing it down to tribal lock, because I like a swayback, I like a canoe, I like a lot of different, there were a bunch of different knives that I wanted to try, but I wanted to have like a larger blade, and I like the spear point look, kind of, of a tribal. This is not a tribal lock, but I like this kind of like blade look, better than a clip lock, and like I said, the worn clip, it depends on how they do it, The worn clip, like on the copperhead that I've got, it's just like, it's almost a sheep's foot, you know? I want it more worn cliffy. But, yeah, so it's down now to which one of the four do you think that I got? So you'd have to look at Blade HQ, and you have to look at the different ones available. And this was as of yesterday. Some of them, you know, might be sold out. There's not a whole lot of them available. Smoky Mountain Knife Work didn't have a whole lot. You know, that was the first place I checked, and they only had like one or two. Some are nice, you know. But, so, just for your own, you can make your guess. You don't have, I'm not going to say which one it is, but you can just guess, and when it arrives, you can see if you guessed or not. And the only hint it'll give you is just, you know, you'd have to, like, know what kind of knives I like, and, because it basically came down to appearance of the covers. You know, because they're all the same tribal lock, so it's what type of cover do you want? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want that? Of the ones available. I mean, there's a lot of, that's what's probably going to get me on collecting case knives, is not so much it's a Stockman or it's this or it's that, you know. It's just like, what kind of cover does it have, you know? What kind of scales are on it? And some of them you can't afford, you know, like abalone. I love abalone. Man, you're talking a couple $100 for one knife. It's the same knife as the one I've got, but it costs, you know, like a couple $100 more. Yeah, that's nice, but I mean, geez. It's hard for me to justify that money. It's way out of the scale. So anyways, yeah, I know everybody goes through a different process. Sometimes it's like, you know, I don't care so much about the particular knife, it's just filling a pattern, you know, and then other times it's like, wow, it's in a pattern that I already like, that I thought I'd completed, but I want to get more of them, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Sometimes you can get them inexpensive, but it's still the same, you know, like pattern, or maybe you're trying to discover a new cover, you know, like, I've never tried smooth white bone. Like, what? You what? It's like somebody telling you they never tried vanilla ice cream. They've had ice cream, but they never tried vanilla. I'm like, what? You're pulling my lariat, right? So anyways, thank you for watching this little ramble. I do have more knives coming in, and I went out of my budget a little bit this month because, you know, of that case knife, but I thought, I just don't want just one knife, and I appreciate Toby helping me out with other knives coming in and stuff. Oh, speaking of which, this little roper knife, I found a way of carrying it. I'm not saying I discovered this myself, you know, or anything, but I didn't view it anywhere on YouTube or anything, but I was just carrying this through a belt loop like this, horizontal carry on my waist, and that is a great way to carry this thing because you've got enough slack there that it can fit the width of the belt. I'm just using a BDU belt. I'll include a picture of how it's clipped. But when you're sitting down, it's easy access. When you want it, you just pull it this way, and then you know, it's not super fast, but you can open it with one hand. And this is a not 1095 but 1065 carbon steel. It's pretty damn sharp. I sharpened it up a little bit more, honed it and everything. But it's just a great size and great weight because I'm right-handed. So the real estate on the right side of my body, on my right pocket, you know, opening, I already had the Civivi Elementum. Well, if you've ever tried this, if you try to clip two pocket clip knives together, they're going to start bumping and being annoying and making noise and shit. So I couldn't put it there. And then I've got a cargo pocket, but I have my O-light down there. And then that's the same thing, you know. It's a metallic thing next to another metallic thing. And, you know. So, but this is in an area where it's actually easier to get to. It might be considered concealed because, or it is considered concealed. But here in Texas, it's no big deal. Because I have my t-shirt over. You know, I have my t-shirt tucked in, so... But it actually carries that way very well, and it's easy to access even when you're sitting down. And you don't even know it's there. You can fall asleep in it like I did the other night. You pass out in your clothes, fall asleep, roll around. I sleep on my side a lot and stuff. Didn't even know it was there. Never once. I don't sleep on my stomach, so it never noticed it. But yeah, anyways, there you go. That's everything that happened in a nutshell, except for I passed a lot of police on the way in to the post office today, and I mean, like there was one sitting on the side checking car. I wasn't speeding or anything, but I don't have a inspection sticker or registration, and my tags, if they run them, come back as not even registered. It is original tags to the vehicle, but they're not valid right now, so they would get me for that. But I do have insurance, valid driver's license. I'm not a felon, but it's like you're a felon. You got to be dodging the law. So anyways, I made it through that one. I kept looking at my rearview mirror. Man, he's gonna be pulling out behind me. Just going to the post office is gonna cost me. But no, I made it through that one, and then I pulled in to get some gas, and another one went by. Another different type of police I was by, and then when I went into the post office, as I was pulling in, it was a highway patrol, state patrol, Texas highway patrol. They love getting vehicle violations, you know. And I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna walk, and whenever he's finished with doing this shit, he's gonna walk out and see that I don't have a inspection sticker. And he's gonna sit there and do his Dudley do-right duty, you know, and run everything and say, this guy, I can get him for a violation. And he'd just be sitting there waiting for me to finish my shit in the post office, like, oh fuck, this is not gonna turn out right. And it's got a window in the post office, so it took a while. He was up there, he was in the line, he was running his mouth and being a cop, asking everybody questions. Where'd you go to school? These two kids are standing there. Where'd you go to school, little kid? And the kid's like, yeah, he's panicking, you know, it's his mom, trying not to reveal too much information, but he's only like about, I don't know. Anyways, he's about like his mom's waist height, you know. He's not very tall. The cop's grilling him and everything, and then he tries to ask the other one. She had like 2 kids with her. And, I guess he's just being friendly and everything, but jeez, man. I'm standing there with a t-shirt that says I have issues. With my little package that looks like it's a bomb or something in a post office. And then I became invisible, basically, because he acknowledged the mom, the kids, the person behind the counter, the person behind me as he was walking out. He goes, how's it going, sir? And the guy goes like, all right, and he didn't even see me or acknowledge me. Yeah. It's not gray man, it's just like invisible man sometimes. Like, that's fine. Sometimes it's good to be like that. Like I said, I'm not I ain't dodging the law or anything other than I just can't afford a damn ticket, man. No license plate, no inspection sticker. I've got a license plate, but I mean not a valid license. And no inspection sticker. Psh. Pandemic, man. I ain't got time to drag that thing down there and spend hundreds of dollars to get this shit fixed just for... Anyways. Some states don't have an annual inspection sticker, like Texas does. New Mexico doesn't. If it's on the road and it's driving, you're supposed to have your vehicle kept up to date. But we ain't going to check everything. In Texas, it depends on what city you're nearby, whether or not they do a vehicle emissions check. And because I'm near Dallas, I'm considered in one of those extra ones that's got to have the emissions test. And my check engine light has been on the vehicle since I bought it. Basically, it's a 2003 Jeep, and basically almost 6 months after brand new of having it, the check engine light came over. I pulled over and I popped the hood, and yeah, the engine was still there. That's all the check engine light says is like, oh, you better check and make sure your engine's still there. And I pulled over and I looked, yeah, it's still there. Anyways, some stupid thing's got to be fixed along with other stuff. I just don't do it. I just don't drive the vehicle very often, and just for emergencies, get food, and mail packages. Anywho, sorry to drag all that out, but that's life here in Texas sometimes. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.